The weather impact alert, not only for this morning, we'll catch a break midday, and then this cold there, another round of precipitation. This time rain changing over to snow, and that could potentially give way to a slick and slushy commute just in time for your evening ride home. Let's turn things over to radar. Right now it's been quite active. Matt Wentz, he was tracking a lot of that wet snowflake activity, especially on radar. It's just kind of hard to decipher where the snow and rain line was located. I'm thinking we're mainly just seeing snowfall the closer you get to the PA state line. They were due to the elevation, just how more exposure they have to the cold temperatures out there. So, and over the Mecca, possibly still looking at some wet snowflakes. We don't have any confirmation about that. But right now, I just showed you the ODOT camera. This is mainly rainfall falling right now. Strongsville, Brecksville, over to Ghent. Medina seeing some showers over to Medina County, over to Akron seeing some showers. All this is pushing through, so a quick little wave of midday showers that will continue to push off to the east. So we're dealing with damp conditions right now. And as we take a look at the storm system as a whole, this is what we call the dry slot. This is completely mature low pressure system and is completely wrapped up with cold air. So this cold air will be wrapping and charging all across northeast Ohio as we go throughout the next couple of hours. Of course, bringing another round of rain, changing over to snow. That's already happening. Locations Detroit over to South Bend area, northern Indiana. So you can just check out how the temperatures are behaving behind this front. We're already looking at low 40s to low 30s. Chicago over to Traverse City. This is going to be our weather as we go throughout the next 4 to 6 hours. Shows up nicely right now is looking at rain for this afternoon, then getting closer to your evening ride home. Yeah, we're looking at that wintry mix changing over to all snow as this cold air continues to rush in. It's your National Design Radar hourly forecast showing the rain for this afternoon. Then boom, here it is, 4 and 5 o'clock. We're going to be hit with a burst of moderate to heavy wet snow. As this snow continues, it's going to be very brief. Then we're going to transition to just simply cold temperatures. We're looking at low 20s to upper teens as we go deeper into the overnight. So black ice is going to be likely. And then we're going to pick up more of that westerly northwest wind, and that's going to generate lake effect snow showers, mainly for the primary snow belt as we go throughout the afternoon for your Thursday right into early Fridays. High pressure slides in from the west, and that's going to lift up those lake effect snow bands. How much snow for this evening? Not a lot, folks. We're looking at anywhere a general coating, maybe upwards to 1 inch to 2 inches. Then we add on a lake effect going into your Thursday. The primary and secondary snow belt could see those higher totals upwards to 1 to possibly 2.5 inches. Again, this is not going to be a long-winded lake effect event, but lake effect is going to be likely. If not, just overcast skies, temperatures only into the upper 20s. That's it for your Thursday. So we have that snowy commute. We just talked about that, giving way to some really cold temperatures tonight. So black ice will be likely for your morning drive. So just keep that in mind. And then as we go throughout this weekend, we have more snow chances to talk about, right? Here it is, Friday. We'll catch a break. Then Friday night, another storm system is going to be zipping to the south. And then as we go throughout your Saturday and Sunday, another clipper system, possibly widespread snow with that. And then we kick up more widespread snow with lake effect as we go into late Saturday into Sunday. Here's your Union Home Mortgage 10-day outlook showing those temperatures hanging out in the 20s and 30s. Ooh, just cold for this weekend with more lake effect snow chances. Then going into this time next week, a warming trend, low 40s by Wednesday and Thursday.
Power outages can often happen during winter storms. Walker Lawson has some advice for staying safe when your power goes out.
There are ways you can stay safe. The Red Cross of South Carolina recommends having a kit before the first flakes fall.
If you lose power, you lose water. So make sure you have, water for your family members. We always like to say at least 3 days worth. Hopefully power wouldn't be out that long, but we never know.
Rebecca Jordan, executive director for the Red Cross of South Carolina, says using batteries is better for lighting than candles and to keep blankets to stay warm.
A lot of home fires in South Carolina, on average 6 a day. So we don't want people to use candles. I mean, even without losing power, we sometimes see people use space heaters and maybe have them too close to curtains or a sofa where then they ignite. So we do see fires, but a lot of fires start in the kitchen. So.
That's when Columbia Fire has to respond. Mike DeSuma, public information officer with Columbia Fire, says during these events, they respond most to accidents on the roadways, but there's always a risk for fires.
If you haven't, used your fireplace in a while, during a storm event is not really the time to just fire it up and see what happens. You got to make sure your fireplace is good to burn. It's really good if you've burned it in already and know it's safe to go. Definitely making sure you have a screen in front of your fireplace to prevent any embers from flying out there and catching stuff on fire.
DeSuma advises people to have a friend or family's place to go if it's cold and you lose power.
Window treatments can help save you money in your heating costs this winter. The Energy Department estimates in an average home, 1/3 of heat is lost through the windows. You can prevent some of that from happening by keeping the drapes or shades closed at night. That can actually act as an extra layer of insulation between your home and the windows. This helps keep up to 10% more heat inside your home, which can lower your energy bill. And don't forget about your plants in the winter. Experts say 24 hours before a big freeze, water your plants deeply, soaking them all the way down to the root. That will help insulate vegetables, herbs, and flowers. You can also get covers to protect your plants. One expert says he uses Christmas lights.
Just covering a plant when it goes down below freezing and stays below freezing for 2 days, that is a penetrating cold, and a cover oftentimes is not enough. I figured out that if you put Christmas lights around a plant, especially at the soil, and plug them in, they're heaters. It's an indoor-outdoor heater.
You can also try adding mulch to any landscaping beds and on top of soil for newly planted shrubs and trees. That will also help insulate plants in the freezing weather. And just like people and plants, extreme cold can also be harmful to your pets. Experts say a good rule of thumb is if you're cold outside, your animals will be too.
If you have a very young or very old animal, they're even more susceptible to the cold. So if pets do have to be outside, make sure that they're cuddly and safe and warm. There are ways to weatherproof things for animals that maybe, you have a community cat you're caring for. Lots of great stuff you can do there. But for your pets, just please bring them inside. It is far too cold. Additionally, cats and small mammals might seek shelter near or under your car. So honk the horn, tap on that top of the car, get them out of there. Wipe your pet's paws off if you have salt or other chemicals on the pavement, and just use your best judgment.
Veterinarians and other experts also recommend snow boots for your dogs to protect their paws. It can also help them keep safe from the ice when it melts, which can be toxic for pets, and prevent them from getting frostbite. Yes, dogs can get frostbite too if the temperature is below 32 degrees. The American Kennel Club says dogs' tails, ears, nose, and paws are more susceptible. Well, that does it for us today on this Weather Impact Special. I'm Jessica Janner Castro. Thanks so much for watching, and stay safe and warm this winter.